All right, viewers, it's 9 days before the state of Bihar votes in the first phase come 6th of November. Manifesto announcements are being made. The Mahagathbandhan was the first in terms of alliance to come up with their manifesto. Many would suggest manifestos really don't hold much relevance anymore, especially with what we've seen in the past where big-ticket announcements have already been made. Having said that, Tejashwi Yadav today held a press conference announcing what will be the Sankalp Patra or the manifesto for the Mahagathbandhan if it comes to power, with a time frame where they promise to deliver on their promises. And what all was promised? Well, one of them was a move which has been deemed contentious by many, especially when it comes down to appeasement politics, where you had Tejashwi Yadav, who promised in his manifesto to not implement the Waqf Amendment Act where the state of Bihar is concerned. The opposition Grand Alliance, the first of the bloc to release its manifesto, it's packed with populist promises and welfare schemes, from 200 units of free power to 500 rupees LPG cylinders to poor families, and 2,500 monthly allowance for women under the new Mai Bahen scheme. The alliance is befitting big on household relief. The MJB has also promised to reinstate the old pension scheme, regularize contractual workers and provide social security for drivers. Listen in to what Tejashwi said.
बिहार के लोगों के समक्ष संकल्प पत्र जो है रखा है, यानी हम लोगों का प्रण है कि बिहार को नंबर 1 कैसे बनाएं। ये दलों और दिलों का संकल्प और प्रण है। एक एक घोषणा दिल से लिया हुआ प्रण है। अपने प्रण को प्राण झोंक करके भी हम लोगों को अगर पूरा करना पड़े तो अपने प्रण को हम लोग जो है पूरा करेंगे।
So these were the promises made by Tejashwi Yadav. Mahagathbandhan now officially the chief ministerial face for the Mahagathbandhan, giving out the list of his promises, which we are playing right there in, what the Mahagathbandhan has promised. But viewers, it's interesting to note because certain promises have already been made where the NDA is concerned. Even though the NDA yet to come up with its formal list or its manifesto of what it hopes to deliver to the people if voted again to power. That announcement will come only on the 30th of this month, but it has been raining sops. Call it what you may. Welfare schemes, SOPs, Revri, whatever one might deem fit. But the state of Bihar is seeing a windfall where it comes down to announcements. At a time when welfare is dominating the political discourse, Nitish's cabinet has already cleared a series of people-centric schemes, from 35% reservation for women in government jobs to 1 crore employment opportunities over 5 years. The government says it's walking the talk. Free electricity up to 125 units, a 3,000 hike for ASHA workers, and a 1,100 increase in monthly pension has also been approved. Also, meal prices at Didi Ki Rasoi have been slashed to 20. Nitish Kumar's message, we are not promising, is what we are delivering. Well, that is what the NDA's promises have been till now, despite even now the official manifesto announcement not been made.
तेजस्वी प्रण, क्या प्रण बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं, प्रण। न राहुल गांधी का प्रण है तो फिर तो ये तो कमाल है साहब, न महागठबंधन का प्रण है। हम तो एनडीए का मैनिफेस्टो रिलीज करते हैं, एनडीए का कार्यक्रम रिलीज करते हैं। तो ये जो प्रण की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आपके पूर्व के प्रण का क्या हाल रहा है, ये तो हम सवाल पूछेंगे ना। 7.5 साल पिताजी मुख्यमंत्री, 7.5 साल माताजी मुख्यमंत्री, क्या हुआ 15 साल में देश जानता है। बिहार जंगल राज के खोखले बिल्कुल गड्ढे में डूब गया।
All right, so that's the politics of it all. But where the promises come, one question still remains: how is it that if the Mahagathbandhan comes, or even if the NDA comes, they will deliver fiscally on the promises that they have made? Because, viewers, it is improbable. If you add up all the schemes that either side of the political divide is offering, a state like Bihar, which was already neck deep in debt, isn't going to be possible to meet these kind of promises. Let's take it to our political panelists. Joining me this evening, Nikhil Anand, spokesperson BJP, Dr. Shama Mohammed, National Spokesperson Congress, Professor Jayanand, National Spokesperson JDU, Professor Subodh Mehta, National Spokesperson RJD. Shama Mohammed, your alliance today came out with its manifesto list, and if one is to actually calculate the entire sum needed to promise, needed to fulfill the promises that have been made in this manifesto, it's improbable. Shama Mohammed.
Hi, Preeti. I mean, I don't like this word improbable because I know that Karnataka, Telangana, whatever we have promised, we have done it. Now, let's look at the Bharatiya Janata Party. They had promised women in Delhi 2,500 in their bank accounts. They did not do it. In Maharashtra, they were in the government, and they bring out a scheme called Ladli Behna. I mean, I fail to understand, when you're in the government, why would you bring out schemes? You could have done it much before. And they promised, again, depositing money in women's account, in which, after they came to power, they cut it down from 2,500 to 1,500 odd, and then many of them did not get it. So we don't go back on our promises. And let's understand, they have been in power for almost 20 years, except for 2 years where we were there. And why do they bring about all this? Why is Nitish giving 10,000 for women at the fag end? He could have done these things much before. I mean, you are in the government. You could have done many things. Now, we are promising because we are not in the government. And whatever we have promised, whether it's 200 units of electricity free has been done in Karnataka, has been done in other states where we've promised. So what I'm trying to say is that what we say, we have done. And let's also understand that Manrega, the UPA government got it in. And many of them said, how would you do it? We did it. Food Security Act, the UPA government got it. We did it.
Okay.
So
Dr. Shama Mohammed, I'm going to come back to you because, allow me a rebuttal. You say wherever you have promised, you've done it. You have a chief minister in Telangana who has publicly stated that he cannot keep up with the promises that has been made by his government to the people in terms of freebies, SOPs, Revri, call it what you may, that he's not being able to invest in capital infrastructure where basics, health, education, infrastructure is concerned, thanks to the slew of promises that were made by the Congress party when it came to, or before it came to power in the state of Telangana. I'll come back to you. Allow me to go to our other guests. I have Professor Subodh Mehta, National Spokesperson RJD, and I want to bring him into this conversation because, Professor Mehta, what Tejashwi Yadav promised today, and we are still trying to do the math of it, the figure comes down to, we're going to give you the exact figure, but it comes down to a point which is exponentially more than what already the state government is in debt with.
Pretty look, in last Nitish Kumar ji has ruled the state in the name of governance, but actually it was a misgovernance all throughout. When you look to the sector like education, health, agriculture, employment, and even in the case of infrastructure also, Nitish Kumar flagship program of Saat Nishchay, Jal Jeevan Haryali or Krishi Roadmap, 7 lakh crore budget has gone in drain, and finally you find that the CAG has caught up the report says that 71,000 crore has been, the utilization certificate has not been given. 75 corruption cases are there. Prime Minister already has narrated 55 corruption cases against Nitish Kumar government in 2022.
But, one second, but
now I'm
Professor Mehta, what does that have anything to do with the promises that you have made? How are you going to fund these promises? Who's going to pay for this?
Preeti, now I am coming to your point. The whole turmoil is visible in Bihar, and looking to this turmoil, now Tejashwi Prasad Yadav has come out with his vision of economic development of Bihar, and this can only happen while giving impetus to the purchasing power. And how will you give that? You can only give that through jobs and different forms of rojgar. The moment you talk of jobs, the BJP comes down boiling on us, saying that they will not give us job. The Tejashwi Prasad already in 17 months has given more than 5 lakh jobs, and more than 3 lakh jobs are in the pipeline. Now, when you look to our promise of giving jobs to every household, we can say that look to the budget of Bihar at present. 22% earning is only there, and 78% is borrowing. We will reduce the borrowing part, and the agriculture sector has only contributed 18%. During Nitish regime, it has
How
come
are you
down
going to
from.
reduce the borrowing part?
I am telling you, the agriculture sector, which was used to contribute more than 40% of the GDP, has not come down to 17%. The 12, 13 departments are there. We will enhance the manufacturing sectors. We will enhance the agriculture and raise the purchasing power through the farmlands. And then,
Sir, okay,
the
I'll
board.
come back to you. You'll enhance the manufacturing sector. I'm just, the only thing I'd just like to say is I'm coming in from a location, a district where an entire city is a ghost town and in ruins because the manufacturing sector that had, or the the industries that were put there till now are not functioning thanks to the successive governments that have come in. But I'll come back to that point. I want to bring in Nikhil Anand, spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, into this conversation. Nikhil Anand, your promises are no better than the RJD or the Mahagathbandhan, because 10,000 rupees right now to give in to the hands, and if I'm not wrong, 75 lakhs households have already been, or women in households have already been delivered the first tranche of the 10,000 rupee per household per woman, and that is just the beginning of it. You're promising dole of unemployment, you're promising free electricity, and all of this even before you come out with your manifesto. How are you funding this at all?
See, Preeti, we don't need to promise and announce anything because we have done a lot for this state. Where we started from, it was a 3.2 growth rate, and the annual budget was 30,000 crore, 30,000 crore, and now we are around 3 lakh crore rupees budget, annual budget, and we have had a good growth rate in double digit. And you see the social sector initiative, 20% of reservation to EBC community in Panchayati system, 1 crore 20 lakh women in vast network of Jivika system were established, and we have brought women in the mainstream of Bihar. Bihar, the model which Bihar has produced for the woman, is the best model for women empowerment in all over the country. And besides this, the way Nitish Kumar has taken Bihar ahead is a matter of fact. You can allege for political reasons, but you see that what we have done for Bihar,
1 second, sir.
1.5
Allow me to give you basic figures.
investment has been
The
signed.
outstanding debt today of Bihar, with whatever you have entailed, stands at 4.6 lakh crores. That is the outstanding debt of Bihar. The per capita debt has only been rising, standing right now at 21,773 when it comes down to the year 2022-23. The state of Bihar is in crisis, only looking at borrowing, with nearly 22% of its revenue receipts used for interest payments and loan repayments. How in the world are you funding all these promises?
With such a lower base, we have strengthened and consolidated the basics in Bihar. And now we have come to the stage where industrialization can take place. 1.5 lakh crore rupees MOU for industry investment has been done. And you see, 12 ethanol hub industry projects had been signed, and they are onwards to take place. And we are a future ethanol hub. Industry will take place, but the biggest tragedy is that the stage from where we started, we have a very bad lower base. You see, the agriculture growth rate was in negative, minus 17. and infrastructure
So,
development and urban
all of these are great promises. These are great promises to be made on national television. Like I said, on ground, you'd know better, sir. You come in from Bihar. I come from Delhi, and I have gone through 2 districts where there is not a single industry. There are only promises. All you see is migration. But I'll come back to that point. I want to bring in the... Sir, I can't really hear you very well. Can you hear me? Oh, all right, okay. I want to cut across. I think somebody wants to come in. Professor Subodh Mehta wants to make a point. Go ahead.
What Nikhil Mandal is talking about. When Lalu Prasad came to Bihar, the budget of Bihar was only 1,600. When we left Bihar, the budget was 26,000 crore, and we gave a surplus state. Now the budget is 3 lakh of Bihar budget and 50 lakh crore India's budget. When you compare the comparative, you have a comparative study, you will find that the human development index and even the budget parameters.
Sir, but that makes no sense right now. Okay.
Regarding the women empowerment,
you can continue debating where you are and where they are, but right now, okay, I want to allow me, because I have less time, allow me to bring in Professor Jayanand, national spokesperson JDU, to come in. Okay, can I just bring in the JDU spokesperson? Once again, sir, the question still remains. Promises after promises, how are they going to be fulfilled? Because now it's not a promise of what Nitish said 15 years back of delivering a cycle. Now it's 10,000 rupees in bank accounts. How in the world will this be funded is the question.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, Priti, we are just seeing the amount 10,000 rupees. That is the seed money, and that is for the self-employment. We need to understand the Bihar's economy. We cannot give the freeways. Like RJD has already announced that they will give the jobs for every family and other things, 30,000 rupees annually to the what was that? My Behan Yojana. Number of the hollow promises are there. It cannot be possible if you see in the ground reality. We have made the plan as social reform is done, industrialization is done. Now we are developing further on for the entrepreneurship, and we wish to give the entrepreneurship to all the women. That is why this seed money, 10,000 rupees, been given to everyone. If they are getting the success, they will get the additional money, 2 lakh
So
rupees.
that's not the only money that has been given, right? You're giving, okay, you call it seed money, you're giving that 10,000 rupees. The fact you're giving it just days before an election practically suggests why you're giving it. Then you're giving dole where it comes down to unemployed youth. How in the world, like that's the question, and I'm quite like, I've repeated a number of times. I'm going to allow all of you a minute each to put your point forward. Dr. Shama Mohammed, promises made. You say your is welfare, there is Revri, but vice versa, the same charge. Go ahead, ma'am.
No. My issue with them, the JDU and the BJP, they've been in power for 20 years. And then they bring out these schemes of 10,000. He says, it's to empower women. Why didn't you do it before? Why are the bridges collapsing? How many paper leaks are happening? I'm from Kerala. Every other corner, there is a Bihari in Kerala. In Delhi, if you go to construction sites here where they're building houses, there are Biharis there and they live there. I mean, why are the Biharis everywhere else, not in Bihar? What has Nitish Kumar and the BJP done in the last 20 years, except for 2 years we were in power? They should have made infrastructure there. They should have been IT parks. They should have been investments. But still, Bihar is a very poor state. Education deplorable. Healthcare deplorable. So my question to them, they're saying we were not in power, and we are getting schemes like 2,500 rupees in women's khate.
Okay.
The Jivika, he said, what is that? Is Jivika Didis. They get government, get the status of government job, and they get 30,000. And we make these Thekedaris go and give them permanent employment for people who have temporary employment. So these are good things. 200 units of free power. I mean, 1,500.
All right, ma'am, your 1 minute is over. I want to cut across to the BJP spokesperson. Can I please get Nikhil Anand? You have 1 minute, sir, to make your pitch.
First of all, whatever today in the manifesto press conference has been presented by the Grand Alliance, it's just a hurried statement passed from the Grand Alliance. It is a hypothesis, and you see that they have put Rahul Gandhi as pygmy on the manifesto report. And we say that where is Rahul Gandhi? He was traveling abroad and still he has not come out of the hangover of his visit abroad. And RJD has forced Congress to come their terms. They have forced to announce Congress from their mouth that Tejashwi will be the CM candidate. And now there is no vacancy for CM post
Okay.
in Bihar. Nitish ji is leading the NDA government and he will be the chief minister in coming days. So we have no vacancy. We have no false
All right,
promises.
just can I...
And we will prove. Okay. We will just prove that
Sir, the
NDA come
BJP
to
still
the
hasn't announced you officially as the chief ministerial candidate where Nitish Kumar is concerned of your party. But I want to bring in Professor, Jayant, and that's the question. Because make your point, Mr. Anand. Your party still hasn't announced Nitish Kumar as chief ministerial face.
No, it is
So
just a matter of
what
time.
vacancy are you talking about?
No, there is no vacancy.
Okay, you're saying they'll announce it. Matter of time. Time's running out.
No, it is for the RJD to announce who will be their CM candidate. But we don't have, there is no vacancy in Bihar for the CM post. Nitish is going to continue as the CM of Bihar.
Okay, can I just bring in last 1 minute, Professor Jayant? Please make your point.
We have already developed a lot of infrastructure. If you see the education from back 33% to 72%, literacy has been improved. Everything. If you see the condition of women, it has been done a lot. Everything has been in the place. Now we are starting to make the state, the entrepreneur state, so that the state credentials may be improved.
Okay. I think there's an audio connect or I'm in low network area. But Professor Subodh Mehta, last 1 minute, sir.
You know, when you look to last 20 years and especially on women empowerment, look, the 20,000 dowry murder has taken place. You know, approximately 80,000 dowry cases are there. 2 lakh sexual harassment cases are there. 35,000, women has been raped. And moreover, when you look to the mortality rate, it's very high. And when you look to the undernourishment of the women, it's very high. When you look to the drop rates of the children going to the school is, very high, most highest in
All right, okay. But sir, the moot point was a manifesto which clearly looks like it will not be delivered, but we're going to leave it at that. Thank you for all 4 of you for joining us.